Hi, my name is Garrett Christopher, and this is my YouTube channel. This is Garrett's Sports Take. Now, I have two more of these. There's Garrett's Movie Take and Garrett's Take. And please check them out. And just so you know, just to prepare you up front here, I definitely talk about my own teams more than anything else. And I'm still kind of getting my groove as far as what to talk about and that kind of thing. But hey, topic came up and I wanted to chat about it. By the way, please visit GaretChristopher.com. You'll see kind of who I am. I'm a self-published author, and I've got a weekly podcast available on both SoundCloud and Spotify. I've got a couple of audiobooks on Audible. And yeah, please go on my website and check things out. And of anything else, if you don't do anything else, please give me some comments. Let me know what you think of this channel, the movie channel, my Garrett's Take channel. Tell me what I'm doing good, what I'm not doing so well, and all the way through, and give me some suggestions. I love it. Yeah, super. So, what's on my mind right now is this. The Dodgers are playing the Astros. There were a 2-game stint in Chavez Ravine, and they lost last night 3-0. Very upsetting. They were down 1-0 at one point, had a chance to get a couple of runs, whatnot. Didn't come through, and there you have it. Lance McCullers just dominated. And I didn't watch the whole game just because, I started a little bit late. I was cleaning up the garage a little bit, and then 5th inning, I see they're up 1-0. The Astros were, and I was like, oh shoot, I'll just pick it up from there. And from there, it was all kind of not downhill, but it just wasn't a good game. Just one game out of 162, but it's against the Astros. Just like when we play the Giants, you just want to swipe these suckers. So I know it's a dead topic for most. It's still a live topic for me. The Astros won in 17. They beat my Dodgers. Shouldn't have won. I still think Dave Roberts made a huge mistake in Game 5, putting Clayton back in the game. Kenley does this thing in Game 2, but you didn't know. Up to that point, he was doing fine. So there you have it. But I think we should have won the series. And I think without, the banging of the trash can lids or whatever they did during that series and against the Yankees and all that kind of a thing, I think we would have won. We had the better team. Against Boston, we didn't. Boston was going to win regardless. Heck, we could have sent smoke signals. They could have told us what was coming, and we still wouldn't have hit the ball. So that was going to happen regardless. Boston deserved that championship. Houston, nope, and I'll never believe that they did. And they had a great team. It was like they weren't talented. They were very talented, but they didn't deserve it. And I still think Major League Baseball should strip their trophy and not give it to the Dodgers. I'm not saying that because other teams should have come through and perhaps won the championship that year. The Dodgers were one of like 4 or 5 teams that were worthy of that trophy. But the Astros, it should be stripped from them, plain and simple. And I'm pretty sure Mr. Manfred has made it a dead issue, but I think it should be taken from them. That's just my opinion. If I was an Astros fan, I probably wouldn't feel that way, but I'm not. I'm a Dodgers fan, and I do feel that way. Anyway, so they lost last night, and the Dodgers did, and I'm really ticked. So tonight we'll see what happens. Is Max Scherzer's first night to pitch with the Dodgers. Really excited to watch him. I love Max forever. Even when he was beating us, you had to just tip your cat. Tip your cap or cat. Tip your cat to him. Corny. I'm sorry. Anyway, so that's what's on my mind. Big time. Again, last night, and I kind of harped on this in my first kind of rant. I call these rants because they are. I talked about Dave Roberts, and I'm not, really a fan of his coaching style. I'm just not managerial style. And last night was a perfect example of what I think we don't do when facing a really tough pitcher or a pitcher that's on his game. Lance is both very tough, and he was on his game. We're swinging at everything. Yes, I understand. David's not the one up there swinging the bats. I get it. He's not the one that asked Max Muncy to swing at an outside pitch. He's not the one that had Corey Seager grounded out. He's not the one that, can't get Cody Bellinger going. I get all that. But he is the one who's not putting stuff in play. This is a playoff type game because these are the type of pitchers that you're going to face in the playoffs. When they're playing the Giants, same thing. These are the pitchers you're going to face in the playoffs. The Dodgers will make the playoffs. There's no doubt about that. Whether they are, whether they win the West, I don't know. You're still, 3.5 games out at this point. We got 50 some odd games left. So Giants are not going away. And the Padres are still right there. They can still win it also. So one of 3 teams can win that division. So, but I think they'll get the wild card for sure. No problem. They still have the second or third or fourth, whatever. They're within a half-game of the best record in the league, aside from the Giants, who are just, above everyone else right now. But again, lay the bunt down, steal a base, do something different. You can see what's happening, and this is a trend that's been with this team. And no matter if you had so-and-so come in or so-and-so, be it Mookie or whatever, the same thing over and over and over again. I get it. These are great hitters. And that lineup, when you get Trey Turner in there, oh my goodness sakes, who do you pull out? Cody maybe. But, 1 through 8, just incredible lineup, right? Who should be able to hit the ball, square it up, no problem. And I get it. As a great pitcher, Lance was outstanding last night. You weren't going to hit much. Do something different. Break it up. Win those, 2-1 games, 3-2, 1-0, whatever. Let's go. You got Walker out there pitching his butt off. You're not doing anything to support. You're just going up there and swinging, and there it is. So I know, the pitching will dominate hitting at times, but I don't see the magic this year. If this is last year and they're down 3-1 to the Braves, they fold. They lose. They lose that series in 6 games, 5 games, whatever. There was magic last year. And the hunger is still there, I'm sure. And there's still a lot of games left. And who knows? The Dodgers could still win the World Series this year, and I'd be all happy and wonderful. But it still doesn't take away the fact that I don't like Dave Roberts' managerial style. Things need to be shaken up a little bit, You've got enough veteran hitters on this team that if that were the case, I'm sure they'd bring it up. Hey, Doc, let's do this, whatever like that. But I don't know. I'm just not a fan. And thank you, Dave. Again, I said this. Let me say this. I did say on the first rant that Dave is the reason we won last year. Dave is the reason. He left Julio in the game. He went against his trend and left him in the game, and we won because of that. Julio, to me, above anyone else, was the reason we won the World Series last year. Yes, I'm saying we. But, again, he's doing the same old thing, and I don't know. Think outside the box, please. Please. 50 games in, before the season is up, let's do something a little bit different. Maybe Trey Turner will shake that up, because Trey's not the kind of guy who's going to come up there and not lay down a bunt every once in a while. Do something different. Get men on base. Put some pressure on Mr. McCullers. They didn't do that. All right, so be it. I'll leave that alone. I'm still hurt. I'm still bothered by the loss. We'll see what happens tonight. Hopefully Max comes in and we can get some hits, and put it together. All right, Lakers. So this was free agency started up 48, 72 hours ago, whatever. And so, Russell Westbrook came via trade last week, and then a bunch of pickups, a bunch of veteran players. Carmelo Anthony is now in the Lakers. And what do you think? What do you think of the pickups? I personally like the fact they brought back some guys that had either played for the Lakers before, and I don't know, maybe Jeannie, because Rob wasn't there at the time. Like when Wayne Ellington was there, Rob wasn't there then. Jeannie was, but she wasn't over the team entirely. So maybe they felt that aside from Wayne's 3-point shooting, they also had like that character, that Laker, character to bring in. Someone's advising them, hopefully, and talking about that. But bringing back some guys that played, Dwight's back. They all know him. LeBron, I'm sure, signed off on that one. Dwight should have never left in the first place. But they felt that, hey, we wanted some shooters from the outside. It didn't pan out. Get Dwight's energy in there. The same thing Montrezl Harrell brought, but with a little more size and a stronger ability to block a shot. Excuse me, to block a shot. I like the pickups. It's all a matter of coming together. I thought about one thing, and I'll mention my friend's name, Aaron, again. Aaron's young, by the way. He's in his 20s, and a kid I used to work with at a spot in Palm Springs. And we talked back and forth, and we were texting back. I was at work, and we're texting back and forth about all the pickups, and he's not crazy about this, crazy about that. But, hey, what can you do? You've got salary cap restrictions, and you can only pick up, veterans minimums and all that kind of thing, aside from the Kendrick Nunn signing. What can you do? But I thought they were running some good guys. And I think of anything, you have alphas. Okay, so there's alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha. All athletes are alphas. They have to be. In order to be a superstar, a pro athlete, you've got to be. Let me look at my clock. Where are we? Oh, way over time, aren't we? Hold on a second. Oh, goodness sakes. No chapter yet? We're going to a part 2. GaretChristopher.com. Please check it out. GoPro, stop recording.